Okay, boys and girls, this is Math Message 1-9, and in this lesson, we are going to use drawings to solve word problems that involves equal groups and arrays. So in our lesson, I believe yesterday, we looked at equal group problems, and we looked at problems with arrays. We learned yesterday that when you see that multiplication symbol can be thought of as groups of or rows of. So if I have 3 groups of 5, my multiplication problem is 3 times 5. 3 groups of 5. Same thing if I have rows. Maybe I have 3 rows with 5 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, again, 3 rows of 5. So we're going to do some problems with some equal groups and arrays. Again, drawing pictures. All right, so I want you to get out your math workbook, and you're going to turn to page 18. So if you're not there yet, pause the video and get ready. All right, so looking at this very first problem, we are going to solve and we're going to sketch a picture to show our thinking. Ms. Smith has 20 scissors. She places scissors on 5 tables. How many scissors can she place on each table? Go ahead and pause the video and draw a picture of what you see in this problem. Okay, so I know that she has 20 scissors. Now I've seen lots of boys and girls at the beginning of the year draw out those 20 scissors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now some people do not go ahead and draw those all out. I wouldn't draw those all out because that's just a lot of things to kind of have to draw. But I just know that she has 20 scissors. So sometimes I just like to draw kind of like a circle and say 20 scissors. And then that way I know that that's what I have. Now she places those scissors on 5 tables. So hopefully you drew 5 tables. And it says how many scissors can she place on each table. So, you know, I have a lot of boys and girls sometimes that want to draw out those scissors and they want to draw lines and say, okay, this one goes here and this one goes here and this one goes here. That gets to be a lot of a mess and gets very, very confusing. You know you have 20 scissors. You're going to pass them out equally to these tables. Do it one at a time and count as you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And you want to be neat about it so that you can actually see your work when you're finished. So it wants to know how many scissors can she place on each table. And on each table, there are 4. Okay? Now this problem didn't ask you to do it, but now you could kind of think about this as a number model. Okay, you were taking 20 pairs of scissors, you were dividing them up between 5 tables, and each person gets 4 scissors. All right, so now let's go to the next problem. Problem number 1, still on page 18. It says that Thomas is making snacks for his team. He has 15 strawberries and puts 3 strawberries in each teammate's bag. How many teammates does he have? So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can draw a picture that goes along with this story. Okay, so this is another one where I know he has 15 strawberries. I don't want to really draw 15 strawberries, so I'm just going to kind of put a plate and say 15 strawberries. He puts 3 strawberries in each teammate's bag. So if I draw a bag there, he's going to put 3 strawberries in there. And then he's going to need another bag. And he puts another 3 strawberries in there. And he gets another bag and he puts another 3 strawberries because I have to keep doing that until I run out of my 15 strawberries. So I'm going to keep filling. So I've got 3, I've got 6, I've got 9. To make another bag. That gets me 12, and I can even keep track of it down below here. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Got to draw another bag, put another 3 strawberries in, and that gets me to 15. So now I have filled up all the bags and I've used all the strawberries. It wants to know how many teammates does he have. Remember, each bag represents a teammate. And so he has 5 teammates. We took 15 strawberries, we divided it by putting 3 in each bag, and that gives us 5 bags or 5 teammates. Now your picture might look a little bit different, but hopefully you still got the answer of 5 teammates. All right. Now these problems are examples of equal sharing or equal grouping. Okay, we were taking some objects and we were sharing them. We were grouping them into equal groups. When you're sharing something, let's say a cookie, and what are you doing with that cookie when you're sharing it? You're probably dividing it up, right, between people. Equal sharing and equal grouping problems can usually be solved with division or turning it around and thinking multiplication. And we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. All right, so now number 2 in your workbook, you don't see the story in your workbook, you can only see it on my screen. So I'm going to go ahead and read you a story, and I want you to use this space here to sketch out a picture. So in the number 2 space, Macy divides 12 feet of rope into pieces that are each 4 feet long. How many pieces will Macy have? So again, Macy's dividing up 12 feet of rope into pieces that are each 4 feet long. I want to know how many pieces will Macy have. Pause the video and see what you can do with this problem. Okay, as I'm thinking about this problem, and again, your picture might look a little bit different than mine. I'm going to have this rope, and it says it's 12 feet. So I'm just going to kind of label that so I know that this rope is 12 feet long. Now, she divides this into pieces that are each 4 feet long. So I'm not actually going to get out a ruler or a tape measure. I mean, I can't even use a piece of paper and measure feet. It's just too much. So I'm just going to kind of pretend. I'm just going to make a little cut there. And I'm going to say, okay, this piece here is 4 feet. Okay. And then she's going to cut another piece. And that is going to be 4 feet. Now, how much do I have all together? So far I have 8, right? So I need another piece. And that piece is going to get me, so another 4 feet onto that. Oh, when I add this on, now I'm at 12 feet. So right there I am. I'm going to go ahead and erase this little bit of extra because I'm done. 12 feet of rope. I have 4, 8, 12. So how many pieces did we cut that rope into? We cut it into 3. Now, always label your units. If it's not already written there for you, label your units. Go back to your question. How many pieces will Macy have? So the answer is 3 pieces. Now remember, guys, if you need to fix anything as we're working, you can always pause the video. You can fix it. You can always rewind the video if you need to. All right, listening to the next story. And this is still in number 2 on page 18. It's not in your book, so you'll have to just read it and listen to it here. Harrison passes out paintbrushes for art class. He has 16 brushes to share among 4 art tables. How many brushes does he place on each table? I'll read it again. Harrison passes out paintbrushes for art class. He has 16 brushes to share among 4 art tables. How many brushes does he place on each table? Go ahead and pause the video and draw this picture. All right, so again, he has paintbrushes. I'm going to draw my big cup of paintbrushes, and I'm going to say 16 brushes. Okay. Now he's sharing these brushes among 4 tables. So he's taking these brushes out and he's going to put them onto 4 tables. So I'll draw my 4 tables. And now I'm going to start sharing these brushes. Remember, when you're sharing them, you're going to divide them up equally. So if I just start passing them out one at a time and putting one on each table until I use up my 16, I will have it done equally. So 1, 2, 3, 4. See how I'm doing one in each, and I'm counting as I go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. I just passed out all of those brushes. And the question is, how many brushes does he place on each table? Each table has 4. 4 what? 4 brushes. All right, so now let's go to the next page in your workbook, page 19, and I want you to go ahead and do problems 1, 2, and 3, pause the video, and then turn the video back on just to check your work. All right, looking at number 1, Kate wants to equally share 12 snap cubes among 3 friends. How many cubes will each friend get? So again, she's sharing. That means she's dividing them up equally. So she's got these 12 snap cubes. Okay, she's got them. Let's pretend they're in a box. And she's going to divide them between 3 friends. So here's my 3 friends. Friend 1, friend 2, friend 3. I start dividing them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so now it wants to know how many cubes will each friend get. Each friend gets 4 snap cubes, and they already have the unit labeled for us. Now they wanted us to write a number model. I'm going to allow you at this point in the year to have 2 different kinds of number models. The first one, the one that really we should have, is we took 12 snap cubes and we divided them between 3 friends, and each friend got 4. Now when you look at this picture, you can also say, well, that's 3 groups of 4. So 3 times 4 equals 12. Okay, so if you have either number model, you are correct. If you have any other number model, you need to fix that. Number 2, Miss Early is making sets of cubes to share. She has 25 total cubes, and she puts them into sets of 5 cubes each. How many sets can she make? So again, she's starting out with her total number. She's got 25 cubes. And she puts them into sets of 5. Sets of 5 means, well, there's 5 here. That's a set. And then there's another 5. That's a set. And I have to keep doing that until I run out of 25 cubes. I'm going to have to keep track. So I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This time they were in sets of 5. How many sets can she make? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. She can make 5 sets. Again, my number model should be 25. I was dividing those 25 into sets of 5, and I got 5 sets or 5 groups. Now, if you wrote the number model 5 groups of 5 equals 25, I would accept that at this time of the year as well. And then the try this. This is always a little bit more challenging, but I always still want you to try it. Manny wants to figure out the number of horses in a large stall. He can only see the horse's legs, and he counts 28 legs. So how many horses are there? Well, how many legs does a horse have? 4, right? So if I see 1, 2, 3, 4, right there's a horse. 5, 6, 7, 8, there's a horse. 9, 10, 11, 12, there's a horse. I'm up to 12, and I'm going to put that so I don't lose track. I need to get up to 28, so I'm going to keep going. There's another, whoops, there's another 4 legs. That gets me to 16. Another 4 legs. It gets me to 20. Another 4 legs. That gets me to 24. And another 4 legs. And that gets me to 28. So how many horses are there? Well, each of these would be this horse stall. And all together, I would have 7 horses. I took 28 legs, divided them up. Each horse has 4 legs, so that gives me 7 horses. Or you could look at this number model and say, well, I have 7 groups of 4 equals 28. Looking at some of those number models that we made for these problems, realize that multiplication and division are very related, just like addition and subtraction are related. So when you're looking at 12 divided by 3 equals 4, that's the same thing as 3 times 4 equals 12. We're going to be looking a lot at fact families between our multiplication and division. Just like in first and second grade you did fact families with addition and subtraction, we will be working with fact families with multiplication and division. Those two are related as well. All right, guys, that is it for lesson 1-9.